Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Brew. We're sitting down with Miss Annalee Leonard with Mainstay Financial. 'Tis the season of giving, and then soon after that, it'll be 'tis the season of paying bills.
Of paying. It always follows.
Yes.
One follows the other. You know, and I don't want to sound like the Grinch this morning at all, but we have to talk about reality.
Yes.
You know, statistically, they're saying that people are going to spend more money this year than they have previously, about 13% more. People are kind of starting to let go of the money. We've been afraid to spend money for a while, but we're kind of starting back into that trend. But what we have to be careful of is how much can you really spend. And here's a good rule of thumb. If you look at 1% of your income before tax, that's technically what you should put aside for Christmas shopping. And that keeps you out of trouble. It's like everything that you do. You know, you got a budget for the house insurance, the car insurance, budget for the Christmas shopping, and that helps an awfully lot.
What do you think lends itself to the fact that we are now thinking that we can spend more? Is it because we might see things in stores where the prices are dramatically lower and it's doorbuster sales, and maybe it's not a doorbuster sale, but it's just the marketing?
Well, psychologically, a lot of things come across that we don't catch, and you're right. You know, you're told, oh, this is a big sale going on. Well, the thing may have been a month before the holidays, they upped the prices a little bit, and now they cut them down. So you look at it and you say, wow, I can go get this. And then people look at it, and here's one of the biggest things, two of the things they don't figure in. You look at the basic price, and you say, oh, that sounds good. Well, you forget the fact that there's going to be taxes on that. That brings up the spending level. Now, if you're buying something online, be very, very careful about the hidden charges. Are you going to pay for shipping also? Some of them have free shipping, some don't. So when I go online, I always look for the places that have free shipping. Makes a huge difference in the budget, in what you're going to do. And the other thing is, know who you're buying for and what you're going to buy for them. It's very hard when you walk into the store, and as you're walking into the store, you're saying, let me see, who do I have to put on the list? And you're kind of writing it as you go in, and then as you're pushing the buggy through Target, it's very easy to say, oh, this will go for this one, that'll, and you have no idea of what you've spent till you get to the counter.
And sometimes you see something like, oh, that'd be perfect for that person, and they weren't even originally on your list.
Yes,
Exactly.
Exactly right. That is a lot like I will do. I will get into a shopping frenzy, if you will. I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. I need to buy for everybody.
For everybody.
Yes.
And I buy for all of the pets.
Yes.
I buy for my pets, I buy for my nephew's pets, my niece's pets, my staff's pets, and I've got to budget that in because dog toys get expensive.
They do.
I figured you were just talking about her nieces and nephews, and that's how she referred to them.
No, they're a little too old for that.
Yes.
But, you know, if you don't have an idea of what you're doing and how much you're going to spend, so, excuse me, one of the things I suggest that you do this year, if you haven't done it before, make the list. Who are you buying for? How much are you spending? Who are you buying for? How much are you spending? Keep that list because now that allows you to budget for next year. Start in January putting the money aside. You know, they used to have the old Christmas savings accounts. Well, there was a reason people did that. And why they did away with those, I have no idea.
Well, what I thought was so interesting reading over your notes was that some people will go ahead and dip into emergency funds to pay their Christmas bills. And then you have to think again, is it really worth all those extra gifts? Maybe it's worth an extra 5 minutes to make a list and plan and not take that risk.
And even worse, Molly, not just going into the emergency fund, people are actually going into their 401ks and borrowing from them. That's one of the worst mistakes anyone can make. Oh, it's cheap money, I'm borrowing from myself, the interest is low. That's true, but remember they're charging you interest on that loan, so that's directly affecting what you're going to be able to do or not be able to do when you retire. And people are like, oh, I'm 20, 30, I got all these years before I retire. It happens before you know it. And it's there, with all the changes that have been coming about. We just passed major changes with Social Security laws. That's going to directly affect people in your age group. So you need to save more money to have later. So please don't dip into the savings. Don't dip into the emergency fund, because God forbid January you do have an emergency.
That's right.
And you've borrowed out of that money. Now we go to the credit card and the cycle starts.
Oh, goodness.
What are some other ways? Clearly, budgeting is one of the smartest ways and one of the most concrete ways. But are there traps that we fall into when we're shopping, or maybe not even shopping, but just around the holidays?
Yeah, I think we get into a state of almost euphoria, as Molly was saying.
Yes.
You're walking in and it's festive and the lights are going and the music is going, and for some reason, and they know that when they do the advertising, it just kind of lifts you up and everything is bright and it's different, and oh, look, that bowl is on sale.
Right.
And it matches my Christmas set. Do I need one? I'm not sure, but it's on sale. I'm going to buy it and put it in the basket.
Yeah.
So it becomes this whole attitude of we almost lose reasoning. It's like, I really don't need that, but oh, it's on sale.
Yes.
You can convince yourself of anything when you're in the right mood.
Sure. And one of the things the statisticians have come back and said is that this year people are spending more on personal clothing than we have, and believe it or not, on parties, home parties. And that's another place we can really get out of budget.
Excellent. Well, Annalee, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Hopefully people will stick on that list and actually make one and stick to it.
And stick to it.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're going to learn more about the National Writing Project. Stay with us.